Today we're going to make venison Caribbean burgers. The reason why I call them Caribbean is because I have put a lot more spices than we normally put into a hamburger. Also, it's venison, but it's not all venison. It's about 2/3 venison and 1/3 beef. The reason for the mix of beef and venison is that venison is very, very lean and it needs a certain amount of fat in it to make a delicious burger. However, I have mixed a whole bunch of things into it. I have red pepper flakes, I have black pepper, I have paprika, garlic powder, sugar, unsalted salt, and I also have some oregano. So it's going to make a much stronger tasting burger when it's all said and done. What I do is I take the husk and pull the husk back, and when I have the husk pulled all back, I tie the husk together so that it makes a little handle for the corn. All of this silk here you just pull off, and I'm outside, so that will all degrade here, and that's not a big deal here in the backyard. And so I pull the husk back, and I take a little string and I tie the string around to make the handle. Oh, it didn't go. This is where you need a third hand. And then I kind of trim it so it looks nice by the time you bring it to the table. As you can see, I've already made another 3 beforehand. And what I now do is I take butter, and I have about 2 teaspoons of butter, and into that I have mixed 2 cloves of garlic, and I brush the coal or the corn with that mixture, and that makes for an incredible great tasting corn. We will have the corn on the grill about 8 to 12 minutes, depending on how hot the coals are. We can now start putting the burgers back on. I've kept the burgers and I formed them before you got here, and so they're formed in about a third of a pound. I guess you all heard about quarter pounders in the restaurants and the fast food restaurants. This here is a 1/3 pounder. One of the tricks with cooking burgers on a grill is not to touch the burgers while they're on the grill. The burgers will initially burn themselves into the grill, and it's important that they do that, because as they burn the grill into the meat, it enables us to move the burgers around on the grill. And I see lots of people at family gatherings that try to cook hamburgers, and within a minute they start flipping them around and they start falling apart because they haven't been able to develop enough of a crust on the underside so they will stick together. So it's very important that you don't touch them. I generally have them on the grill 5-6 minutes on each side, but depending again on how hot the coals are below, what I look at is if they start sweating on the top side. If they start sweating on the top side, then I know that's the time to turn them over. And you really only have to turn them over once. So see the sweating, you turn them, let them sit like that on the other side until you see some of the blood and juices start sweating out on the top side, and the burgers are ready to eat, and they'll be medium rare. We have now been cooking these hamburgers for a while, and it's like, as I said, about 5 or 6 minutes on each side. I often do a cheeseburger, and so I'll put the cheese on, and I'll also just put a bun on so we can just toast the inside of the bun. As you can see, the corn has started being nicely browned, and that's what you want, because when it gets that little charred coloration, it really tastes fantastic. So here we are. I'm ready to take the hamburger and put it on here, and we'll take that off, and the corn is ready for serving as well. We'll have a whole plate of condiments, so depending on what the person wants and likes. So here we are, the corn on the cob grilled, the venison Caribbean burger, and there the vegetables for your delight.